Hey guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Bag here, and today I'm gonna hopefully give you guys some tips on how to get some easy high-level score streaks. Now, probably one of the most common misconceptions here is that all those tier 2, tier 1 kind of high score streaks in Black Ops 3 are only for professionals really, or people who are pretty experienced, or you have to camp out the whole match just to get it with an LMG. And no, that's not the case actually. Anyone can pretty much get these score streaks. You just need to know how to play. You just need to have a good play style and obviously probably be a bit more defensive than you normally would if you're not one of those, top tier kind of Call of Duty players. But anyway, so let's get started into this video, and thanks for stopping by. Subscribe, comment if you enjoyed the content, and well, without further ado, let's get into it. So we'll start off with the specialist weapon. Now, if you're playing a bit defensive, you're probably better off going with a hive. It means that you can kind of spread out those hives in areas of need. So, example, in this gameplay, I'm playing domination, so I'd shoot a couple probably around B, maybe around the back of this area here, maybe by that car. Those kind of high traffic areas which can get you a fair few kills. Now, I didn't really use Hive because I didn't feel that it was necessary for me, but if you want to play that really defensive style, if you're not one of those top tier kind of players, then maybe that's probably the better option for you. So anyway, let's get on to the class now. Now, for the class, if you're playing defensive, my advice is probably to pick an assault rifle. Now, you could probably go with an LMG like the Broom as well, but I'm going to leave that up to you. My advice is an assault rifle. It gives you that mobility for later on, which I'll get to in the video. So I use the Man of War, which is probably one of my favorite gun classes, gun assault rifles, because obviously it has a high damage, and it's got great range, it's got great reload, and it's pretty mobile considering it's an assault rifle. You could also use something like the AK or maybe the M8A7, but something like that can give you that range and get you the kill as well. Something like an SMG is probably better off used for someone who's a bit more professional, someone who, can really run around the map, and that's really what you use SMGs for rushing the enemy team's spawn and continuously putting that pressure on the enemy team. But for this video, we're just doing a defensive kind of way of you guys getting those high up score streaks. So, I mean, your attachments is up to you. I wouldn't really bother with something like a suppressor. I mean, for my Man of War class, I might do a class setup video later. But I use ELO, Quick Draw, and I also use FMJ, which is my kind of setup. It gives me kind of that advantage, and that penetrating power that comes with FMJ comes in pretty useful for people who are camping in positions and things like that. Now, for perks, I'm going to leave that up to you. Like I said, if you enjoyed my class or thought it was pretty cool, then obviously I might do a class setup video, but I mean, I'm going to leave that mainly up to you, but mainly it's the weapon. With an assault rifle is probably one of your best choices. Okay, now the playstyle. Now, this here, the playstyle is a semi-defensive, semi-offensive kind of style. So to start the match, you should jump straight in and you should play really defensive. So although this might sound really bad, we're assuming that you're going for high up kill streaks and you're not the best of players. So you need to kind of sit back, maybe in your house kind of thing, or your half of the map if you're playing domination or those type of game modes. And, just get those first few kill streaks. Now, we're not running UAV on these score streaks. I'm running just Cerberus, Wraith, and Raps. So just getting straight into those tier 2 kind of kill streaks, close to the tier 1 with the Raps there. And, obviously running in there. So just play defensive to begin with. Get those first 4 or 5 kills defensively. Then slowly move forward onto B. Now, obviously this video is for Nuketown. I might do other videos for other defensible positions that you might do later in other maps, but obviously there's quite a few maps, so maybe I'll get into it. If you guys like this video, then maybe I'll do it. But anyway, so just play those defensive styles. Don't really push to the enemy's base until you're well into getting your first few kill streaks. So play defensive, obviously start on your position, maybe camp in your building for a bit, get a few of those kills, then slowly move over to B. And once you're at B, obviously get a few more kills there behind that area. And, play defensive. Use cover to your advantage. Don't try pushing for, your enemies to do things, or to kind of just watch out for things like C4 grenade throws, and don't try and kind of really go for those kills where people are pinning you down in positions. Don't try to compete with them, just play it back and defensive. That is probably one of the biggest things with this strategy, is to play defensive until you get your score streaks. So once you start racking them up, if you got your Cerberus, now there's two ways you can play here. You can keep trying to push for those wraps and just keep getting a few more kills and try and push for the real whole load of kill streaks, or you can drop your Cerberus down, which is the other advantage. Go hide at maybe the back of a spawn or behind the couch at C, and just use the Cerberus to get you your kills. Now, using the Cerberus obviously gets 25 points per kill, and if you control it, it makes it so much more effective. But in any case, you can do that, or you can obviously just use your gun and get the rest of your kill streaks. But if you do, once you drop in that Wraith, I drop it on either over B or halfway in between B and the enemy spawn. That's probably the best area you can put it, so that you can get the maximum kills. Obviously, dropping your wraps, they're gonna go take out your enemies. Now, once your wraps actually are in, so once you got at least 8 to 12 of those wraps out rolling on the field, this is when you can start slowly pushing for your enemy's spawn. Now, you obviously don't rush into their spawn. Try and sneak in either through the sides or maybe up the top. Don't try pushing straight in. Try and get a multi-kill at the back. Play defensive still. Take out one guy, back up into their base, then push a bit more. You don't want to go rushing out, and you don't want to go risking losing your kill streaks, especially if you have them rolling out. They'll be really getting you a lot of kills, and you might end up getting another whole lot of score streaks like I do. So you need to play defensive. That is probably one of the main things. But once you get those score streaks out, you can play a bit more offensive, because your enemy will obviously be on the defensive because of that. So that's it for today. Thanks so much for stopping by. Please hit a like, subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and hopefully I'll be able to bring you out more content soon. I'll catch you guys later. Until the next video.